W Mel. Oh God, y'all can't really see me. Excuse me. That's your girl, BU Mel. Excuse me. Guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. This is a live stream, but whichever way, this is the easiest way for me to do my videos. So, guys, today's video is about challenging your circumstances. So, this topic is pretty near, not so much dear, but very near to certain things that I've personally been going through. And yeah, I'm just trying to get the lighting, excuse me. I wasn't going to do a video just in the car, but I was like, you know what? I told myself I was going to do it. Oh, the lighting. I told myself I was going to do it, so here we are. I'm doing it. So a big part of me making this video was that just with life and things that, I've been going through recently, I started to realize a lot about our situations that we go through, our circumstances, things that we go through on a regular basis, whether good or bad or indifferent, whatever the case may be. And the one thing that I really realized is that I don't know what age it starts. I don't know where complacency really comes in with certain situations or anything like that. I think everybody's journey is definitely different. So with me saying that, the one thing about it is that when you let your circumstances, especially bad circumstances, take a hold of you in a way that they're not meant to, you allow those situations, circumstances, disappointments, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on and on. You let those things change who you are. And I don't want to say that's for every person, but I can say that for myself, and I can say that for other people that I've started to, when I became a lot more aware of kind of just things that were going on, I was like, okay, that makes more sense, because now I'm in a position where I'm saying, okay, well, this right here is so bad that I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm going to let this play out. You know what I mean? Pretty much that's what you tell those situations. I'm going to let this play out till this happens, and then this, you know what I mean? I'm going to go on a guideline of something around my circumstance. And a lot of times what I started to realize, especially for myself, when I wasn't being vocal about what was going on with me, if I wasn't vocal about what was going on around me, if I wasn't vocal about how I felt about a certain situation. Not to say that everything's necessary about feelings, because I think that there's things that are just like, logical, like you can just talk logically to a person if they need that, the facts. Okay, well, you're doing this, or this right here is happening, and this is not happening in that same realm. And because of this happening, this right here is being blocked up. So, with that being said, I'm making this just to say, be in a position where you're open to being open and not letting those situations change for the worst. Because I think so many times, like we're in a position where we're like, okay, well, these things are happening and I don't know where to function. I feel stuck. I feel like I hit a wall. I feel numb. I feel this. I'm going through those things, or literally just like even the logic of it is like, okay, well, this wall right here makes this wall, I'm stuck. This wall and I'm stuck. And I want to get around the wall. I want to get over the wall. I want to go under the wall, whatever the case may be. All those things, when you're in those places where you feel stuck, when you're in those places where you feel like, okay, I got a boulder sitting on my stomach, I got a boulder sitting on my body, I've got a chain on my ankle, I've got chains on my wrist. You are putting yourself in a place of, well, what they say, bondage, or really just in a place where you're not free, because really the life that we're meant to have is freedom. It's something that a lot of people do not talk about, and it's there for everybody. I know there's certain situations that you might not be able to get out of right now, and you might have to kind of sit in a situation where, for some people, yeah, you might have to be in a situation for your safety that you might need to sit something out till the moment comes where you need to change a certain situation. That's why I said everybody's situation is different. There are situations where you might be in trouble and you might need to wait something out. Not necessarily to say you wait for um the circumstance to really change to, what am I trying to say? I'll just say it more as protection, because I know there's people that might be going through abuse or whatever the case may be. You might have to wait for a certain time frame where you need to get out, but it might only be able to happen in a certain time frame. That's different, because when you're talking about that, you're building, there's something mentally that's building that then you get to change your circumstance. But you, for your safety, you might have to stay in a place where you're like, okay, well, right now something could happen, something worse can happen to me, and I don't want to be in that predicament. That's different. But when you're talking about you're letting life roll over you and you're in a place where you're either comfortable or you're just kind of complacent, or the ideal situation kind of works for you, but it doesn't really push you to that next level. Really, you have to find that within yourself. It's not about, I think the one thing that we make life about too much is that we make life so much about other people and what another person can bring to my life and what this and what that and what da 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 da. And you really have to look at life and say, okay, well, even though I'm looking for other people to inspire me, I'm looking for other people to motivate me, I'm looking for other people to give me the right words and the this, that, and the other. But the thing about it is a lot of times people are already giving you those words. People are already giving you the motivation that you need. People are already trying to inspire you. And you might be in a place where you're just not hearing it. It's not even about the fact that you'll say like, oh, well, it's not the right person, or it's not this, or it's not that. It's like, no, sometimes it's really the fact that you're not willing to take that key that somebody's giving you. You're not looking at it as an opportunity to be able to go to that next level. You're looking at it as like, okay, well, this person is telling me something that I need to do. I don't want to do it. You're allowing yourself to be in a place where you're saying that my circumstance is worth more than me, that my circumstance is greater than I am. And that's a lie. That's a lie. Everybody is worth so much more than what they're going through right now, regardless if it's good or bad. There's always something else above that. And I can definitely say that if there's one thing that anybody could do for themselves, is to raise their consciousness or subconsciousness of the things around them. I would definitely say that in wisdom, because one thing that I can say just for myself is that there are, I think, and that's really everybody. I think there's people that are very conscious of a lot of things going on around them. They can tell you this, that, why, how this, that, and that works. And that, you know what I mean? They're conscious of the things and how they work together and how they can fall apart even. And then, you have people that are, I don't want to say just like me, because I'm definitely saying that I'm learning to be able to build my subconscious up a lot more. But with that being said, I'm saying that because there's levels that I know that I am very sensitive to as far as life and things that I go through and decision making that I pick and choose in my subconscious, because of my subconscious rather. And okay, it's not just to say, okay, well, that's good and bad, and that's love and that's pain. No, it's not even like that. It's just there are things that revolve around those concepts, period. Hi, Mom. And even around those concepts, you are in a place of your own, like your own internal safety, your own internal peace, your own internal joy, those things, all those things that you really need for yourself. A lot of those things can come out of your subconscious. But when there's areas that are more gray or just not built up yet, because I can say that for myself. I know that there's some areas where I'm not really built up. And saying that by itself, I mean, I'm okay with saying that. I'm okay with saying, hey, I'm not I'm not the most aware of every situation that I've been in or gone through, or whatever the case may be. But when I really, in the place that I'm at right now, I'm learning a lot about myself and my strengths and my weaknesses and where they kind of both come. Not to say that I wasn't being told certain things or whatever the case may be, but I know that my subconscious really wasn't built in that area where, hey, that person over there, they might have the best part of the part that I'm missing, and they might not be willing to share it because they don't know me. You know what I mean? Or I just haven't reached out enough to people that I know or care about to get a better understanding of what that is that I might need. But you know what I mean? Sometimes that just comes with time. And really, you can't really rush anybody's learning. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of acceptance in that, because I think when I learned that and I accepted the fact that, okay, I'm not necessarily on this level of like super height in this one realm, and I'm like, oh man, like it sucks when you say that and you go back and you go, dang, like if I knew this a little bit sooner, or whatever the case may be, when it comes to that type of stuff, I'm like, okay, well, if I knew that sooner, oh, excuse me, and this isn't edited, so this is just raw. But like I'm saying, if I knew that sooner, then maybe I would have been able to make better decisions in that realm. And that plays a big part in your future, is the awareness and being able to say, all right, well, I was here. I don't have to stay here though. I'm going to make sure that I'm able to move up a level in this area. But you have to be able to accept that part that, hey, I might not be 100% here, but I have to move up in order to be able to get someplace else. Because there's so many times I think that, we all feel like somebody's telling us what to do. That's at any age. That is literally at any age. And it's really the fact of your perception that's going to lead you into the better part of it or the worser part of it. Because when we decide, a lot of times I think there's like, there's a channeling when it comes to that. If we decide, okay, well, somebody just told me, hey, you're beautiful. Now, that can go any type of way. You can, okay, well, hey, you know what I mean? Internally, hey, I'm beautiful, whatever. Externally, I'm beautiful, whatever. But it's really like, even just in that simple factor, when somebody hears that by itself, it does different things for different people. And you don't know when you say it to somebody, you don't know what that's doing. But with stuff like that, well, not even just stuff like that, just things that people tell you, when you decide not to listen to something that somebody's telling you, they're saying it either in truth and love and whatever, even an experience, and you choose not to listen to it, and then you choose to dismiss it as well. It's kind of a two-part thing, because it's easy to hear something, let it sit back here and be like, oh, you know what I mean? You go back to it and you go, oh, dang, like they were right. Or you have that whole opportunity to just be like, oh well, and like, let it disappear in your mind. But, well, it's three, because you either let it all the way go, you hear it, and you let it linger in your mind somewhere, or you get curious and you kind of dig into that a little bit and say, okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean for me? What if that person really cares about me and they're telling me something that can help me? What is it that I need to do, and what is it that I need to be able to dive into to be able to get to that part that they're telling me about? Because it's easy for somebody to tell you, hey, you know what? I really believe that you're going to be a millionaire. I really believe that. Now, this could be somebody who's a business owner, a manager. This could be somebody who sweeps floors. This could be anybody. But on the, like, if the person on the exterior, you don't even know, if a stranger says that to you and their exterior is whatever. I mean, they could just be in casual wear. Honestly, you don't know where that person is at or is going or whatever the case may be. But for them to give you a nugget of something and say, okay, well, you have this potential. You have something. And you decide that you're not going to believe it. You're putting yourself down in a way that you don't really realize. You're putting yourself mentally down, and you're putting yourself below, really, you're putting yourself below who you really are. Because like I said earlier, we are all meant to have and thrive and all these things. Like we realistically, we're all meant to have beautiful lives. Because if that wasn't the case, then guess what? Happiness and the things that we go after for happiness and all those things that we, you know what I mean, we think happiness is, we wouldn't go after those things. People wouldn't need to get high if that was the case. I'm just saying. That's the, to me, that's just the truth of a situation. If that was the case, people wouldn't need to do that. People wouldn't try to free themselves from the pain to get to something that they think is better. They wouldn't even go after that. But yeah, all in all, with all that being said, because I didn't want to really make this a long video. I feel like when I go live, I just start talking and that's it. But really, take the time, look at where you're at, look at your situations, and make a choice. Make a choice. If you're in a place where you feel stuck, you're in a place where you feel indifferent, you're in a place where you don't know, try something new, do something different, learn where you're at, and make the change. Because realistically, what I started to learn was I don't just need myself to be good. I need to be good for other people so that when somebody else is going through something, when I'm going through something, when life gets tough, I don't ever want to feel like I settled for less of who I am because of my situation. I don't want to step in mucky water on my own and stay in that and get wrinkly and pruny just because. Just because. And that's not something you have to do. It's really just a choice of what's going on, because it's so much of life is that whatever we do, whatever energy that we put into ourselves and that we let out, that is always meant for other people as well. And it's so beautiful to be able to be a light in some way, somehow, and be able to step over from where we started. But that's really just moving up in life. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for now, guys. And like I said, thank you guys for watching.